Traders, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, if it is, of course, Australian time for you. And welcome to the first show that we're going to be talking about what is the best way to trade cryptocurrencies. We're going to go through some certain steps that I take when I go ahead and look for trade opportunities. And I'm not talking about looking at the launch pad and look for these brand new coins that come into the market. We just talk about regular trading cryptos. For those traders that want to go ahead and trade with either it's a spot or margin, we're going to go ahead and talk about how we look for a trade opportunity, and whether you traded via spot or whether you traded via margin, that's purely up to you. But let's go ahead and talk about those details about which currency pairs we're going to. Now I'm talking about currencies. Which crypto we're going to go ahead and take a look at. How we're going to go ahead and break it down and figure out exactly when's the best time to buy that. And then, of course, where are we expecting that particular crypto to go? So we're going to look for the best opportunity with the best crypto, and we're going to do all of that right after this. Now, I'm also doing this, hold on, right after this. All right, I'll speak to you after this, okay? Alrighty, well, welcome back. And what I was about to say, but the producer said I gotta cut it, and we've got to go to this quick preview of the show. But this is the thing. What I do want to talk about in this video is I want to talk about the crypto opportunities that are coming up that are really going to be good and hot to be able to trade. But also, we are broadcasting the first time out of my studio using different software. So I'd like your feedback. Let me know how the quality is coming through, because we're definitely testing out the quality. And normally your first couple of episodes are really trying to test out the different sound and quality. And I want to make sure that two things are good, that the quality is coming through good, all right, with regards to the camera work. But also, secondly, I also want to go ahead and test to make sure that there's no delay in the mic between what you're hearing and what I'm, if you see my mouth a little delayed, I want to be able to check that as well. So if there are a little bit of things during the video that aren't going quite as planned, it is our first episode broadcasting out of the studio with new software. We've done before, but not with the software. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into what we're going to be talking about in today's trading. What is the best crypto to trade? Because we've had some great movement in the market. But the thing is right here is we don't want to be able to trade something that's already moved 180%, but we want to go ahead and trade cryptos that are starting to get out of, or starting to break out of these ranges that they were in, or maybe it's been in a correction move and we want to trade it out of the correction and now into an extended move. So it all comes down to technicals, but we have to also go ahead and take a look at a couple other things before we even get to the technicals to be able to trade. Now we're going to get into a part where we're actually going to place live trades and implement live trades. But in the first couple of episodes, we first want to get our feet wet and make sure that everyone is comfortable with what we're doing and how we look at trades, and then we'll go ahead and actually jump into some live trades. So let's get the groundwork set first, and then we'll start working on the other things, right? So let's jump into a couple of things here, and let's take a look and see what we have with regards to the opportunities and how we can go ahead and trade it. Now, that's not what I was going to go ahead and look at, but yes, this is what I'm going to look at right here. All right, so yeah, we have the chart set up right here, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of things. And the one thing that we do want to go ahead and take a look at is how can we trade the market setups, right, with technical analysis. And so as I go through this process, and again, I'm just bouncing around a few ideas here, but as we go through this process, let's start off by what do I look for first. So if you write down things, go ahead and write this down. The first thing I go ahead and do is I go ahead and take a look at what cryptos have been moving over the last few days, and in fact the last week. And so, in fact, 24 hours and the last week. Those are the two factors. What's been moving over the last 24 hours, and then what's been moving over the last week. And so as I go over here, I always go to, first number one, I want to go to the last 7 days. And I'm going to go ahead and click on here. Last 7 days, let's get some sort of movement. Let's go to, let me go ahead and refresh this quickly. All right, there we go. So if you look over here, all right, over the last 7 days, look at Loopring. Now, a lot of people are looking at the I'm going to call it the major cryptos, right? The first level cryptos, and they're looking at all the first level cryptos, and then really realize that some of the cryptos that are below 50, top 50 in the market cap, um, are actually doing pretty. Sorry, above the top 50 in the market cap are doing pretty well. Now, Loopring was actually at one point, it was like 62, I think, in market cap on the list of market cap, and now it's moved up in 48. In fact, over the last half an hour, when I was looking at this right here, it was at 52, and now it's at 48. So it's moving pretty quickly right here. We've seen a big move. In fact, the move went all the way up to 395. So we saw Loopring, and a lot of people haven't been speaking about Loopring. I've been in Loopring. I've been talking about Loopring for the last 6 months and investing in Loopring. And I'll be honest with you, I cashed out before the big pump, and I'm like, what did I do? And I actually took that money and I put it in Shiba, and Shiba hasn't done as well as I thought it would do now since it retraces, but there is still a pump coming. And I'm still looking for Shiba to go to 10,500. We will talk about that and look what it looks like on the chart. Now, so Loopring has really been moving nice. Loopring is up 200%, but like I said, it was up at 390. So I actually had 4,000. So it's 10x, 40x. I made 40x. I would have made 40x. I made a little less than that, but not too bad. But 40x was what the return was based on where the price was at previously. And so there was a good possibilities for traders to make a lot of money in Loopring if you got it in when it was that low, down at like 10, 15 cents for a coin. Now, let's take a look at what else. What else has moved pretty well? Now, you see, these are the coins now. The coins that are that far up, the coins that moved like 2,000 or at least 209% over the last 7 days, 143% over the last 7 days, 63% over the last 7 days. These are ones that you don't really want to jump in right now. It's great that it's moved. If you haven't been in there, if you're not in that pump, you're pretty much left behind. So you're going to find something that's going to get you in and make some money, right? So what I do is I do this. I go ahead and take a look at the last 24 hours, and I open up the last 24 hours. And what I'm looking for right here, I'm actually looking for which coin has actually gone ahead and lost value over the last 24 hours, because that means there's been some sort of retracement. And I want you to understand exactly what I'm trying to say here, right? What I'm saying here is that when we look at the, no, I don't think that's going to come out nicely. But when we look at a chart, what we're looking for is we're looking for price of the particular coin to rally, but then pull back. When we have these pullbacks, so if we look over the last 7 days, and over the last 7 days, we've had, let's say, a 20% rally, but now it's pulled back 7 or 10, between 7 and 10% right here. All right. So if it's pulled back between 7 and 10%, that means we've pulled back about 10%, or at least 50% of the actual pump. So if the market rallies and pulls back 10%, now we've pulled back 50% of that rally, which means it gives us another opportunity to start buying in again. And so then we go to the charts, we take a look at the charts, and we see how it's set up technically. And if it's technically set up well, then we can go ahead and start looking to buy. Whether it's spot, whether it's margin, you decide. So if I go over here and take a look at the coins again, and I look at the last 24 hours, yeah, we can see that we've got Ion Tech, and that is dropped 28%. Look at the last 7 days. It's been up 35. All right, 35%. It was up 35% over the last 7 days. So when you look at the last 24 hours and it's pulled back almost 30% of that, then this might set up an opportunity. So either two things you got to watch out. Either this was a pump and dump and it's not going anywhere, it's going to probably sit there and not do anything, or you're going to find a coin that's really moving and trending, and it did move and did rally, and now we have this correction, enable to us to get back in again. So we got to keep eye on that. Now, I'm going to keep scrolling down right here as I look for, let's take a look over here, last 7 days. Let's take a look for the last 7 days that's lost the most value. and I want to look for something that's inside the top 20, so or at least the top 25. So here we have Tom, and that is Cosmos. And if you look over here, it's dropped 13% on the week, but we are down 0.3%. So that's not a big difference right there, right? Let's look at Rware. Rware is actually down 20%. All right, 20%. Now it's not in the top 25 or even the top 50. It's actually 63, but it dropped down to it's dropped down 20% for the week, and it hasn't really started pushing in the last 24 hours. So this could be an opportunity that we may need to keep an eye on. Now, there's another one right here, Polkadot. A lot of people are looking at Polkadot, right? So Dot's moved down 11%, but it's gone up 2.2% on the last 24 hours. So this might be something. Let's just take a look and see what that looks like, right? And now, again, we're just taking the foundation here, but we're certainly going to go into a lot more detail and dig into the details of what is actually good to start looking to trade, because right now we're just getting a good feel of what is out there, but then we're going to go ahead and look at the charts. We're going to put it all together and we're going to make decisions of how we're going to trade it, right? And I'm going to sum it up after the session. So once we're done, towards the end of this, I'm going to sum up exactly the steps that I take. So I'm just throwing it out there. We'll go step by step afterwards and just sum it up. So I'm going to go to the charts right now, and let's go take a look at DOT, right? And here is DOT right here. Now, this is a 4-hour time frame, and let me go ahead and just clean up house. All right, take all the technicals off here and look at an empty, clear chart right here. So first thing, number one, we can see that the highs that were made back in 2000 and it's 2021, but it was out in May, towards the mid part of May. We had a big pump right here. We hit the highs. So let's go ahead and mark that one off first, right? You got to mark off that highs, because when price takes out a high, it's called bull score a point pullback, right? It normally happens a lot. But also we have to take a look at the wave structure to identify whether the market's actually gone ahead and extended itself, or we just taken out a high. We've got to figure that out as well. So if I look over here, here's the last high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the last retracement that we had. And this was the last retracement over here. And so if I look over here, we had a nice solid rally and price continued. I'm going to go ahead and move my fibs from the bottom right here, and I'm going to work my way up. And what I'm looking for is a nice confirmed Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. Look, what I'm looking for is a nice confirmed retracement. So yeah, we had a rally, we had a dip. Then price went back up again, never got to the 1.618, but we did pull back right here. So this could be our next swing going up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and mark this off. Right, here we go, one. And I'm going to go ahead and mark this one off right here, because price has gone all the way to the 1.6 right there. And so now what I've done is I've got a fair amount of data and fair amount of technicals sitting on the chart right now, that I can start making some better informed decisions. And so if I look over here, I'm going to go ahead and mark this off and just take this channel line and just move it across all the way to the top here. Okay, so we came all the way to the top there. It bounced off there. So we're getting a new setup here. Let's go ahead and move that across. Let's go move that to the high over there. Okay, cool. All right, now, so what I'm looking at right here, this is what's important, right? What's important right now is that we got a fib going up right here. The market's pulled back to a 382 pounds. What's also pretty interesting and pretty cool right here, take a look at how price has gone ahead and tested the old 1.618 right here, and has used that as a level of support right here. Right? So we've got a good level of support coming from that level there. That's important for us to keep a note on. Okay? So this is going to be support. So what do we want to do? So when price comes down to this level, we want to go ahead and buy, right? We want to buy at this level right here. Okay? Now, if you're trading spot, in fact, if you're trading spot or margin, you want to use a cost averaging trading approach. So it gives you a little room, because cryptos, as you probably know already, is very, very, very volatile, and it's given us a lot of opportunities. But at the same time, if we don't use a cost averaging approach, we're going to start getting popped and taking some losses. And in a strong bullish market like we have right here in cryptos, you really don't want to be taking any losses. You don't need to. No one needs to take losses in such a volatile market. So let's go take a look, especially when it's a volatile bullish market, right? So let's take a look over here and see what we got going on this. So right here, I can say this, that anytime price comes within inside this region, if we have another dip right here, we do see price coming back down to on Polkadot, down to around about 43, it's trading at 46, we should be buying. And we're looking for price on Polkadot to actually extend itself all the way up here to this price, which is around about $62. So we could expect Polkadot to continue its rallies, all right, but to buy off support. So where am I going to go ahead and buy if I'm going to trade Polkadot? Well, firstly, number one, we do know this, though, that if the market comes back to its last 7, and I'm talking about 7-day highs, all right, where it opened up, if we go back to the last 7-day open, we are going to at least make 11% on that trade, right? 11%, that's it, pure and simple. And that's because it's just going to go ahead and trade back up to the open of the week, all right, of the last 7 days. So if it does that, we're up 7%. But what we do note now is that the market is in a correction move, right? We're in a correction move over the last 7 days. But we do see here over the last 24 hours, we're down as well. Look at that, down. Oh, my bad. We're actually up, my bad, 1.2%. So we're up 1.2, we're down 11%. So it offers opportunity. So if I go to this right here and I look at the last 7 days, or at least the last 24 hours, right, we can see that we were actually a lot lower. It's moved north, but we have this big spike right here, and it's moved north, but we can see that it is in this correction. So Polkadot, and I'm going to go ahead and write it up here. Polkadot, we should be looking at buying. And I'm going to take the price where it's at now. It's at 45.88. So I'm going to say if we had to buy at 45.88, right, where do we go ahead and buy again? So we buy here. Now, if we're using a cost average approach, then what we want to do is we want to buy back down to the support. So this support is around about, let's call it 42, because we want to get a little bit higher than that. All right, so let's do this. Let's go at 42 here, and we say we're going to buy back again at 42 right here. Okay, so buy at 42, and I'm going to just go 42 on the dot, right? So I'm going to say buy at 42 right here. So, okay. So now we're buying at 45.88. If price moves down to 42, we're going to be buying back at 42. Now, the reason why we buy in where it's at right now is because we already came down to a 382 bounce, right? If you look over here, the price already moved down to this 382 right here. Bounce off, it's got this big long wick. So this could be just a test of that and then a rally. Then we could be going north. So you're getting in here just so you can get something in on the trade. Right, that's important. You want to get something in on the trade, but what you're doing is you're putting in some additional buying down below, so that the market does come to your ultimate support level. You got in positions over there, and what's going to happen is it's going to give you a better price overall because it's going to cost average out. Okay, so you want to go ahead and do that. Now, let's go ahead and take a look right here. If you bought in at that price, so this is at market, so buy at market. This was at market at the time. All right, so buy at market right here, and this one is going to be, of course, placed in a what we call a limit order. If you trade it on margin, you place a buy limit order at 42. So this is, if you're doing spot, you can set alerts and then buy it when it gets back down to 42. All right, so that's there. Now, if you're trading with margin, stop losses would normally have to be placed around about at 75 or just below 70. Oh, sorry, not 75, 25. So just below 25, you want to put your stop loss and keep your stop loss out of the way of the market because it's volatile. You want to give it enough room to be able to move and then extend itself towards its targets. Now, let's go take a look at. So this is a setup right here. And what is the target? Let's take a look at the profit target. So the profit target is going to be up here. Remember, I said to you that if price moves, all right, if price moves to the target, okay, if it moves to its target, what is the upside potential on this? Well, we already know if it moves to the 7-day open, it's going to be 11% on that trade. But if it goes to our target, and this is where our target is at right here, and I'm going to mark it off, we're looking at 60, let's call it 63. So our take profit level will be at 63. Let's go ahead and put in there 63. Okay. All right. So take profit level is going to be at 63. Now, just so that you know, take profit. Well, if you're trading spot, then yes, your take profit would be broken down into this. When you're trading spot, not margin, right? If you're trading margin, you take your profit, you get the heck out of Dodge. Trading spot, what's going to happen is you're going to take your profits out of there because you want to keep holding Polkadot. Polkadot's long term is bullish, all right, and it's going to go a lot higher. So what you want to do is you want to take your profits out. Take your profits out and you move your profits into something more stable like Ethereum, Bitcoin. You want to go ahead and build up your huddle portfolio. But you want to go ahead and keep trading these altcoins and build up your portfolio by making profits like this and then moving those profits into your huddle portfolio. And we'll talk about huddle portfolio. I'll make a video on that as well and give you some details. In fact, I even got a PDF that I'll share with you maybe next week. I'll share you a link that you can go ahead and download that PDF. So here we go. So here we have a profit target up here. So if we enter in here, and let's say we get in at this break even, let's say we pick up both positions, then we're looking at upside potential on this that we're going to see an increase in price, all right, increase in this price by a 45, or let's say, yeah, almost 45%. So 45% increase in price, and so which means that you're going to be able to close out at this point at 63 and close out with a 45% increase in your ROI. And that's really what it boils down to. Let's take a look at another crypto right here. Okay. There's another one right here. I don't even think I have it listed here, but this is Cosmos. Now, Cosmos is down 13%. It's still bearish on the day. You can see right here, we're down 0.6% on the day. So this might even set up as an opportunity as well. Let's go take a look at it's Atomic. Let me go ahead and top it up here. And there it is there. Let's pull that one up. Okay, so nothing on the chart right here, but let's take a look and see how this thing is waving. So first thing, number one, let's go ahead and mark off again the high right here. All right, so I've gone ahead and marked off the high. Now, the next thing I want to go ahead and do here is I want to go ahead and list up. Let's just do this. I want to go ahead and mark off a little bit of resistance and a little bit of support on this as well. And so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and place it in here. And I'm going to go ahead and plot it right here. Let's go do this. So I'm going to put in, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to put in, let's see here. Let me see if I put some more data in here. Okay, no, I don't want to get in more there. All right. So I want to mark off this low right here. Let's go ahead and put it a nice little trend. There we go. That's the break that we had there. We had, and this is what I like to do. I always like to go ahead and take a look right here. Wave 1, 2, and now we have this inside wave right here. So we definitely got a wave 3 up here at the top. So whatever happens, the market's extended itself. It's given us a wave at 3. So I'm going to mark off just the last swing from this low right here, all the way up to this high right there. And what I'm looking for right here is I'm looking for correction. So look at this. Already this level right here. This level is acting as a very strong level of support right here, right? Very strong level of support. And so with this level acting as a very strong level of support right here, we want to go ahead and make sure that we acknowledge it by looking for opportunities right here, because this is where we should be buying. So if we break out of this consolidation here, right, we break out of that consolidation, where are we going? We're going way up, much higher up, right? Because this consolidation right here is just, and look at this, by the way, if this is consolidation, look at the upside potential on this. If it goes up to the top, this range is around about 53%. So if you buy it at the bottom of the range and it just goes up to the top of the range, you can make 53% on that move. All right, that's a 53% increase in price. And so if you look over here, all right, and we're looking to trade this, all right, at the bottom right here, where's it trading at? It's trading at 32.29 right now. If I go ahead and take a look at that level, that's 29.11. So 29.11 is where this support is, right here at the high is exactly where price is at 32.10. So we're trading right at this previous high right here. So question here is, do we buy it? And the answer is yes. What price is that? 32.32. So we get in at market, right? We buy at spot. Well, it is at market. So buy at market, and that price is at 32.33. Okay? So we get in at 32.33. That's it. We get in. Now, why are we getting in? Well, we want to get a piece of the cake right now. We're not going to say we're going to just get in there. Now, what's going to happen here is if price moves down below this low right here, or at least sorry, this high. If price moves below here, what might just happen is we're going to have a bear trap. All right, because we have a bull market, we're going to have a bear trap. Price is going to move back up again, and we're going to see a takeoff all the way to the 1.618. So what I want to do here is I want to go down to the 618 right here, and I want to re-enter the 618. And I'm not going to do anything after that. I'm going to put in 2 entry points, but I want to put in some more over here at this level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter again at this price, and that price is at 22.63. All right, 22.63. So I'm going to go ahead and go buy here, buy at 22.63. Right now, if I get caught up in two buys and price continues to fall, so if it does this, picks me up at this buy. Obviously, it's at market, but it goes ahead and falls, picks me up here, then goes ahead, does this, and continues to fall. I'm not going to do anything until this area right here. When the market gets down to this point right here, then we are going to do something different. Now, remember, if I was trading a meme coin, and this coin was very volatile and there wasn't too much adoption in that coin, and it was just a quick hype rally, a big pump, then there's always risk involved, right? And so the reason why we look at these coins in the top 25, top 50 is because these coins will stay here for a longer period of time. It's very unlikely that those coins in the top 50 of the market cap, it's just going to fade away. We're not going to get them traded at any point moving forward. So we want to trade on coins that we know that are going to stick around for a long time, but not put us at risk of seeing these coins go flat broke and not being traded, right? Just completely disappear from us. So we want to go ahead and make sure we trade that, because very important. These coins are all driven by adoption. If we don't have adoption in any of these coins, we're not really going to see these things fly. All right. And so as I go into this setup right here, what I'm going to go ahead and do, is I'm going to go ahead and buy down here at 32.33, and I'm going to go ahead and buy at 22.63, and I'm going to wait for that to go ahead and take off. Now, there's a question here, and the question here is from one of the guys. It says, which one is going to grow right now? Listen here. You know, a lot of this is what you've got to look at. What type of season are we trading in? Are we trading a Bitcoin season, the Ethereum season, or an altcoin season? All right, you have to ask a question. And so if we take a look right now, there's a lot of coins, and again, how are they set up technically? If there's a lot of coins that are set up technically to pump or to rally or to break out of range, those are the ones that you want to pay attention to. All right? You don't want to go ahead and pay attention to the ones that have really gone ahead and rallied 200% on the day or the week. Those are the ones you don't. The coins that you want to pay attention to is everything. And I went through this early on, and I'm going to go through this again right here. The coins that you want to pay attention to are the coins that have given us, all right, the correction that we need in order to get in on those moves. All right. And this is what it is right here. All you got to do is just filter it down right here. You don't want to be trading loop ring. All right. You've got to wait for loop ring to dip back down and then get back on the dip. You don't want to get in on loop ring while it's pumping. All right. So you want to go ahead and take a look at these coins that are down on the week and down on the day, or maybe just starting to move outside on the day and starting to rally. Now, if you want to look for something really short term, then what you got to do is you got to go down to the 15-minute time frame, right? And if you go to the 15-minute time frame, you can then use a very simple trend line break, and use a simple trend line break to wait for price to get on the right side of the trend. And when it does, then that might be a sign that price is going to start moving. All right. So let's go ahead and sum up what are the steps that we take in order to find a trade setup. All right. And this is how we're going to break it down. And let's see if I can do it this way right here. Okay. In fact, I don't need this. So let's hide that away. Okay, so what do we do? How do we trade? What is this, how do we sum it up? First thing, number one, the first thing you want to do is you want to go to CoinGecko, take a look at the last 7 days and the last 24 hours. You want to look for something that has gone ahead and pulled back in the last 24 hours, but shown a little bit of a rally in the last 7 days. Or you want to go ahead and look for something that's dropped back down south in the last 7 days. That now you're looking for the opportunity for the breakout. You're looking for that the breakout in the direction of the bulls, right? You want to go ahead and look for something like that. So you have to look for look at the last 7 days, and if it's been in a downward move, then all you got to do is just draw a downward trend line, look for the break of that, and then start buying in on the break of that. Now, what we also want to pay attention to, all right, very importantly, is we also want to go ahead and take a look at what season we're trading in. Are we trading in a Bitcoin, Ethereum, or altcoin season, all right? And if so, then we can go ahead and pay more attention to those altcoins, right? So let me take you back to the charts quickly and just show you here exactly what it is. So if we're talking about what season we're trading, take a look at, for instance, total cap. This is total market cap 3, and I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame right here. Now this is total market cap excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? That's excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin. So which means that when we start looking at this chart, and we see this chart showing that we've seen a rally, that means that we're getting more market cap in the altcoins than we are in Bitcoin and Ethereum. That means if we exclude it, this means it's telling us, giving us a hint, all right? Not necessarily we're getting more market cap in the altcoins than Bitcoin and Ethereum, but what it is telling us that we're getting a lot more adoption in the altcoins. That's why we've seen the rally. That's why we've seen an increase in the market cap, in the total market cap. Now, if the total market cap for the altcoins start rallying, then those altcoins that we looked at over here in CoinGecko that are bearish on the day, we need to start paying attention to those altcoins because they are going to start rallying. Now, let's go take a look over here. If we look at the chart, once again, everything comes back down to technical, right? If you look at the chart right here, yes, we've got a wave 1, we've got an inside wave 1, 2, and now we've got a wave 3 up here at the top. Look how price did exactly that. Price comes back down to this level right here, retests that level, and starts bouncing off. Now that tells me that the altcoins are ready to move. Right. Now, again, when I say altcoins are ready to move, that means that when you're looking at these coins that have moved bearish on the last 7 days, they are ready to start popping. All right. That's giving you a big opportunity because buying in on any trade, whether it's cryptocurrencies or whatever it is, you always want to buy on dips. The same thing's got to apply here in cryptos. I know we're in a bullish market, but you don't want to be that guy buying in on Bitcoin when Bitcoin rallied up to 20,000 back in 2007, and yeah, you are holding Bitcoin at 20,000, and then it comes all the way back down to 8,000. You're sitting with that 8,000, price tag on Bitcoin, and you're down 55% on your portfolio. All right. Now, Bitcoin is at 65,000. And so, again, do you want to be buying Bitcoin at 65,000 or are you looking for Bitcoin to correct itself first before getting in? Well, you want to go ahead and do what you want to do is you want to buy on dips. And that's the same thing you want to do in altcoins. Buy on dips. Get in on the lower end and then start making money on the up end. All right. So, you want to do that. Now, so if you're asking me what coins are best to go ahead and take a look at, right here, right in front of you right here, we got OMG Network, we got Aware, we got Cosmos, we got Polkadot, we got Olympus, we got Thornchain. All of these right here are showing, all right, that we've been down in value over the last 7 days, and these are the ones that you need to start taking a look at because we are in alt season and things are starting to move, and we should start seeing over the next couple of weeks some good rallies in the altcoins. Get in early, get in the dips, and that's how you're going to make your money. All right, guys. Once again, this is our first video that we've done, and first episode. We are checking mic visuals as well. We're checking all of that stuff, making sure that's good. But we're going to bring in a lot more information here in these sessions as we start doing these sessions on a week-to-week basis, and we start bringing in a lot more details about trade opportunities, actual live trades in these sessions as we go ahead and take care of some trading opportunities. So with that being said, I want to go thank you guys for coming around. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next video. And if, oh, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. If you like this content, want to see more of this content, go ahead and subscribe. Smash the like button as well. Much appreciate. Love the support. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.